What's good, y'all? It's your boy King Flinch III with the Unlucky Rose Incorporated, and we got a different type of deck profile today. We got a Digimon deck profile. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I finally constructed my own build for a Digimon deck. So without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, let me a little insight on the deck. It's a red Greymon deck. It's basically the trial deck booster. Basically, I boosted the trial deck and added things that I thought would work, and it's pretty budget, you know, because all you need is a trial deck and some stuff from the set that came after the trial deck, and I think a couple of sets after that. But I'll just show y'all the deck profile of what I got. I think it works really well. I love it. And I've tested it out a couple times, and it's pretty good. So let's just get into it. All right. For the Digi Eggs or the Digi Tamers, whichever term that you use. Oh, yeah, y'all like my mat? It's an Omni mat with the memory guards. Y'all like it? Y'all like it? I love it. Anyway, we play 2 Koromon with the draw ability. 2 Koromon from the trial box, and 1 Poro, my bad. 1 Poromon. Basically, I like this this lineup. If you get him, he gives you his inherited ability gives you 1,000 more power during your turn, which is nice. If you get him, he'll give you an extra draw every time you attack. Well, when you attack. And she deletes Digimon with 1,000 power or less when you attack. All right, and those are the Digi Eggs. And let's go on to the rookies. I play 2 of this Agumon, of the Tamers Searcher Agumon. I do play a quite amount of Tamers in here. He can get you your Tamer pretty easily. Just look at the top 5 and search a Tamer. No inherited ability, sadly, but he's a Tamer searcher, which I love. Next, play 4 of the 4 Agumon from the child deck. I went with this because I think the power is really needed. It really helps when you want to get to your boss Digimon. And I think this is the best option to go with. And then I play 4 of the Greymon Searcher Agumon. He searches for Greymon, as I said. Any Greymon, so it could be Greymon, WarGreymon, WarGreymon, you know, any Greymon except Burning Greymon, WarGreymon, and Dex WarGreymon. Which I've never even seen their cards except Ancient Greymon. So I guess they'll be releasing the other Greymon soon, and I would love to see what they do. But 4 of him, because, you know, your Greymons is essential because they have some great inheriteds, the ones that I play, and they're just really good to play. All right, on to the champions. I play 2 Greymon from the trial deck and 3 Greymon from the booster set. I'm going with this ratio because it's pretty budget, because all you need is a trial deck and just order these, which is not that much. This deck is pretty budget, but there is some pricey cards in here because of the trial deck. I would, if you don't want to go budget, I would suggest playing 4 of this Greymon, because it's inherited, automatically just gives an extra security tag, which is lovely. And this deck is based around getting a bunch of security attacks and swinging for a big check, a big security check, at least 5 checks. And I don't have the other Greymons with the extra security check right now. Coming soon in an updated deck profile when I order them. But yeah, for now, this is the budget version. And then the 3 of the other Greymon from the booster set. I like his inherited. He gives 2,000 power during your turn as long as you have a Greymon in its name when you Digivolve out of him. Which you always will because, you know, it's a Greymon deck. And, you know, the power is essential to swinging for... When you're swinging for all that security, you're going to need as much power as possible just in case you hit some big monsters. So, 3 of him. And then the blocker from the foul deck. You play any blocker, it's just a blocker. Lose 2 memory when you attack him, so I wouldn't suggest attacking him, as you know. But 4 blockers, standard, because you want to protect your security. All right, on to the ultimates. I play 2 WarGreymon. His inherited is just like Greymon's, +1 security check. He's not a Greymon, sadly. If he was a Greymon, that would have been great. But I'm going for as much security checks as possible. So 2 of him. And then I play 3 Metal Greymon from the trial deck. And 3 Metal Greymon Alterius mode from the booster set. I really like this ratio. Basically, what you want to do is when you Digivolve your Greymon to Metal Greymon, Digivolve him, and then you can Digivolve again on top of him with a cost of 1 for the Digi Evolution as long as it's a level 5, which I love because it's a low cost, easy draw, and his ability deletes Digimon on Digi Evolution. So that's really good. You can get rid of Digimon with 4 DP or less, which some like Rookie Rush, you know, you can get rid of them. You can get rid of anything with 4 DP or less. That's really good. And this deck has a lot of deleting options because you do want to make sure you swing with a high security and make sure they don't have any Digimon on board with blockers, so you can just swing because this deck don't have any piercing. But I really like the Alterius mode. It's really good for this deck, and he's not pricey at all. And it gives you more Digi Evolution cards for your boss Digimon, which will give you more security tags. So, all right, on to the Megas. I play 3 WarGreymon from the trial. He is your boss Digimon of the deck because his ability gives him a security tag for every 2 Digi Evolution cards in there. So, as you see the options that I play, you can stack up a lot of Digi Evolution cards under him and gain at least 4 security checks just from his ability, which is amazing. And then you have the Greymon with the extra security check and the WarGreymon with the extra security check. That's a lot of security checks. So I would want to play him at 4, but for space reasons, I play him at 3. It is a good ratio. I do see him a little bit because I do have my Greymon Searcher, and I could draw into him. And you know, there's a bit of draw power in this deck too. So he works at 3. Next, I play 2 WarGreymon from the booster set, from the Battle of Omni booster set, I believe. When you Digi-Evolve into him, his ability goes off. He can delete a blocker, which is essential to, you know, board wiping. Because you don't want your opponent to have a blocker on field. You want that high security attack to get through, you know, since you don't have piercing. And I play 2 Victory Greymon. I really like his ability because he also deletes 8,000 DP Digimon or more or less. So, you know, a lot of deleting options in this deck, so you can make sure you hit with high security. All right, on to the options. I play 2 Gravity Crush. Gain 2 memory, and at the end of the turn, you lose 2 memory. It's essential for, you know, extending your plays. And I don't mind losing 2 memory at the end of the turn. Next, I play Rowdy Rocket. I really like this card because it gives you more Digi Evolution cards onto your essential WarGreymon, which will give him more security checks in the long run. And he gives you this card gives you a +2, so you +2, draw 2 cards if you activate its ability, which is really good. I really like that. So you gain 2 cards and you gain an extra Digi Evolution card, which is great. And if you choose the right one, like the Greymon that I showed earlier with the extra security check, you can use that. You can use this option, put that Greymon into the Digi Evolution cards, gain extra security, and draw 2 cards. So it's really good. It speeds up your WarGreymon and gets him to where he want to be. Next, I play 2 Gaia Force. Basically, delete 1 Digimon. I wanted to play this at 3 or 4, but for space reasons and because it's a little pricey right now, I decided not to order it. But I will, in the updated deck profile for the budget version, I will just play 2 of him because it comes with the trial deck, and I will get more copies to play it at 3 or 4 because it's a really good card. You hit it in security, it automatically activates and deletes one of your opponent's Digimon, which is great. Next, I play 2 Trident Revolver. This automatically deletes a Digimon with 6,000 DP or less, which is pretty good because, you know, there's a lot of different Digimon with different DPs, so there's a lot of options in here to delete. If they have 1 DP, if they have 4 DP, 6 DP, and 8 DP, and then, you know, you have options for any amount of DP that you have. And it allows you to play a Tamer without paying its memory cost, which is great because it allows you to extend your plays and it allows you to do a lot. Next, I play 2 Transcendent Sword. This deletes a Digimon with 11 DP or less, which is great because a lot of the boss Digimon have 11 DP or less. And if you have a Greymon on field, which you will, or Omnimon, or whatever have you, if you play Omnimon in the deck, you can delete a Digimon with 13 DP or more. Is it more? No, 15 DP, my bad. 15 DP or less, which is great because Chaosmon has 15 DP, Omnimons have 15 DP during your turn, or during your opponent's turn, it might have that much DP. So playing this would be great. Hitting it in security would be great. And then I played a 1 Great Tornado. It gives your Digimon an extra security check, which is great because you want, with this deck, you want to attack with a lot of security. So this is just an alternate option to give you some more security. All right, on to the Tamers. I play 3 Nokia. She's really good for this Greymon deck and for Omnimon in general. If you have Omnimon, I would suggest playing her. Obviously you would, because she's just a basic staple for Omnimon. You can play an Agumon or a Gabumon without paying his memory cost, but I will play Agumon. I play a lot of Agumon, so playing her gives me a few Agumon on board. And she lowers the Digi Evolution cost for Agumon, for anyone with Greymon or Omnimon in his name. So having 3 of her, suspend 3 of her on the board, then you can reduce your Digi Evolution by 3 and essentially only pay either 0 or 1 for your Greymon, which is great. And last, I played 2 Marcus Damon. I wanted to play the red tie. I wanted to play ties, which give all your Digimon extra security tech. But for this budget version, I went with Marcus. If I had the ties, I would play at least 3 tie and 2 Nokia. Because tie is great. But in my updated deck profile, I will be adding ties and I will be adding a lot of more stuff. So be sure to watch that if you want to see a more aggressive build with more pricier cards. But for this budget version, Marcus Damon, he works. You gain a memory if you attack with a Greymon. And yeah, that's pretty good. Just easy free 2 memory in your attack. But that is the end of the deck profile. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. You know, what should I add? What should I change? Like what ratios I should go with? Because I'm open to suggestions. Tell me what cards you're playing in your Greymon deck. Let me know. But I will have an updated deck profile in the future, and I have a box set coming in the mail soon, so I definitely will be changing a little bit once I see what I pull from that box set, either Omnimons or, you know, whatever have you. But I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure y'all leave a like and comment whatever you want in the comments below, and we will see y'all next time on the next video. All right. That's the end of my turn. Peace out.